Hey, how's everybody doing? Good to see you. I got a couple things to share with you. I got a lot of stuff to share with you. Um, all really good. But I stayed over again. I stayed. I had to end up staying another night. I had a beautiful trip yesterday. Everything was going great. I am chilled right now. I wasn't chilled yesterday. I'm chilling now because I'm contemplating the last leg of my journey tomorrow. I couldn't do it last night after what happened yesterday. So I would like to say to everybody, if you would, please keep Reverend Ned in your prayers. Rev Ned has had a stroke. I do believe he's going to be okay. I I tried talking to him yesterday, and I was driving, and so we couldn't really get a whole lot of stuff going back and forth. But please keep RevNet in your prayers. I don't know if a thank you. And for Kim Keogh, because I don't know what's going on with Kim Keogh. I don't have a clue, and I'm very concerned. And she's our website designer and put her together, and I just don't know. Yeah, thank you. So, yesterday Mimi shared with me that my guides thought it would be a good idea for me to just, take some time to stop and on this journey and just look at the beauty of stuff. And I was thinking yesterday, man, I got to get home. That's good and everything. If I see something pretty, I'll stop and look at it. But I got to go home. I want to go home. And I was making good time yesterday going down Interstate 20 because I'm staying in Monroe. So I was about 40 miles from the Louisiana border on Interstate 20. And thank you. Well, you know what? I'd like to pray for Rev a little bit later if we get any more people on. You can pray for him where you are. I mean, I'd like to get as many people collectively praying for him as possible. And I'm not going to forget it. I would like to. I'd like to see at least 20 people on here. But I mean, if not, I'm going to tell what I have to do, and then I'll have a prayer for him to close out, if that's okay with you. Um, because he is in my prayers and in my thoughts. But so I had 160 miles to go yesterday to get to where I am right now. 160 miles. I said, let me top off my gas because I know for sure if I top it off at 160 miles, I won't have to stop till I get to my destination. Right? So, how you doing, Donna? I have my phone sitting in my sneaker, so I don't have to hold it, and I had gassed up off the interstate. I saw a sign that said, gas this exit, and I thought that's the one I want because you never know what's coming up next. Wonderful. All right. Well, you just, you know, And I got a lot of people wanting to do a lot of things like that too. But keep on me, all right? Make sure you remind me, and we'll get this. We'll do that. We'll get that. We'll get that situated. Okay. I've got more people that want to do that too. So I want to honor you folks and how we can do that, because locally now is my mission. Local focus. Focus local. And what I can do in my community, in my city, in my county, in my state. We're going to go worldwide, okay? So let me get back to my story. It's not a story, it's a true story of yesterday. So I've got 160 miles to go. I'm filled up. I'm like, I'm going to get there in time. I'm going to be able to just kind of chill for a little bit. Should be able to get, a decent night's sleep, get a good shower, everything, just chill. I'm listening to tunes going down the highway. So, Donna, make sure that you remind me as well, okay? Don't forget, because I will. You email me the email. There might not be in the links below this one, but just go to my YouTube channel and look on any of the links, and you'll see my email. How you doing? Shepherd of the Forest. So I'm tooling along down the highway. I'm thinking I've really made good time. It's been a good trip. It hadn't been too brutal on the road. And next thing you know, I'm getting pulled over on the interstate. I'm glad you did. I don't usually do a live at this time of day, but it's time to check in and let you all know what has happened. So I'm glad you're here. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. So I get pulled over by a policeman. Now, I know, trust me, I know I'm not speeding, okay? Lovely to see you too. I know I'm not speeding because I cannot speed with this rig. I can't speed pulling a trailer. I'd be too scared to speed pulling the trailer. And I can't imagine what it is he's pulling me over for. But I'm cool with it. I'm like, whatever. So he comes to the window, and hello. How you doing, Moose? He comes to the window, and I look at him like, why are you pulling me over? And he says, there's nothing really wrong. He says, but I noticed, now this is this is in Texas, 1 mile from the Louisiana border. And I get pulled by I don't know if he was a state trooper. I don't know if he was county. I don't know. I know he was a Texas police officer who pulled me over and told me he noticed that I did not have an inspection sticker. Not an inspection, but a registration sticker in the left bottom portion of my windshield. You don't have a registration sticker. And I'm like, no, sir, we don't put registration stickers stickers in our windshields in South Carolina. He says, you don't do that, huh? I said, I'm registered. I mean, I'd be happy to show you my registration. Getting ready to go to the glove box. And he said, no, ma'am, that's fine. He said, he said, that's fine, ma'am. He said, just show me your driver's license. So I go to look for my I go to get my wallet to get my driver's license out. I have no wallet. No wallet. I had no wallet. I had whatever's in my wallet. I had cash in my wallet. I had credit cards in my wallet. I have my driver's license in my wallet. I have many, 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 many things in that wallet. I do not have my wallet, and I am in 1 mile from the Louisiana border in Texas on an interstate being pulled over by this guy. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to know my heart sank. My stomach sank. Everything sank, okay? I know why he pulled me over too, Christy. Because I didn't have my wallet. And if he wouldn't have pulled me over, well, first of all, I'm like, where's my wallet? And I thought to myself, it's in the ladies' room stall at the last place that I got gas. And I am telling you, I was in a panic. I was in a whirlwind. I had no money. I had no identification. I mean, I did have my cell phone, thank God. I had just gassed up 40 miles ago, and I'm thinking it's got to be at that gas station. So the policeman says, and I'm like, I don't even care right now. I look at him, and I must have had a real sick look on my face, like white or something, because I was in distress. And he said, ma'am, I'm just going to let you go. Do you know how rare that is? I don't have a driver's license. He didn't even stop to check because I know my number. He could have run all kinds of checks on me. Detained me or whatever he wanted to do. He said, ma'am, I'm going to let you go. I'm just going to let you go because I think maybe he didn't want to. I was so upset. So I drive a mile down past the Louisiana state border because it's the first place I could exit, turn around, and get back on the interstate because I'm not exactly sure where it was, but I know I'd gone a pretty penny. So this is what I did. I went to my bank app. And I looked at my last, damn Skippy was, and I looked at my last transaction and where I got gas, and it said Kilgore, Texas. And I'm like, yes. Now I got to get the right gas station, which was in Bumfreak, Egypt, in the country. It was a beautiful little gas station. It wasn't little. It was nice. It was an Easy Mart. It was clean. It was on a corner. It was big. I remember it. I ended up calling a couple of these places. And I said, listen, this is where it's at. And they're like, no. Did it have a Whataburger in it? And I'm like, no, it didn't have a Whataburger in it. Then it's not this one. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick. Finally, after about 15 minutes of calling around and checking around in Kilgore on my phone while I was driving, yes, with my trailer on the back, everything in tow, me, myself, the trailer, all in tow. And a woman says, oh, I know where that place is. Can you write the number down? I said, yeah. I'll figure out a way or make one. And wrote the number down, called him up. Lady answered the phone. I said, "Ma'am," and I was fit to be tied now. I wasn't calm. I was not calm. I said, "Ma'am, how you doing?" I said, "I think I might have been at you're the store on the corner, and it was the Easy Mart." I said, "Listen, I was there maybe 40 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago, and I left my wallet there." She said, "It's here." Oh, it's here. Clerk went to use the bathroom, got my wallet, got everything. She says, "You ought to put your phone number in there." And I'm like, so I had to travel. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you sitting on the edge of your seat? I had to travel 40 miles back and start over. I retopped it off with gas, and that was fine because I'm going to tell you something. Here's the biggest thing. If that policeman didn't stop me over when he stopped me over, I would never have checked for my wallet. I would have gone all the way 120 more miles, 160 miles total from that gas station, pulled into my little camper park, and realized that I didn't have my wallet, and I would have absolutely lost it. So that's how God has been taking care of me and angels on this trip. I am telling you, and thank God for good people. Yes, thank God for good people. Let me tell you, Natalie had subscribed, and I told her. She says, first of all, I saw her. Her name is Natalie, and she works at the Easy Mart in Kilgore, Texas, and she was an angel too. I hugged her like I ain't had hugged nobody in a long time, because I don't know what I would have done. I do not know what I would have. I don't know. It would have been a good thing. I'd have dealt with it, but it would have been pretty miserable, and all this way from home. And I tell you what they wanted me to do. I got here. I got here 2 hours later than I was supposed to. Hey, Helen, how I appreciate you. I know. But I put them up here, and you can catch them whenever you can catch them. And I love all of you so much. And I'm going on this journey to share with you too. I'm learning on this journey. So I'm 2 hours in here late. I'm like, well, I'm here. And then I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to get up to get on to Charleston, because that's another 12-hour hike, probably longer. And I'm thinking, I can't, I don't want to do that tomorrow. And then it just hit me, and I'm like, stay another day. Just stay, get yourself some rest, chill out, look at the scenery, listen to the nature. I had called my niece. I called her back. I said, Helen, I was going to be home tomorrow night. Yeah. So real, so real, so real, so real. This story's real. Can you dig it? Boo, boo. You know, when I sat down, I called my niece and I said, Helen, I'm I'm going to get some good rest. I'm going to get my wits about me. I got myself a good lunch today. I hadn't eaten a meal. I eat, but I just eat like I've been eating celery. I've been eating carrot sticks, little baby carrots, and plums, and apples, and the like. And then I had some fajitas on Sunday night at that restaurant that I was in Arizona. That's the last hot, full, big meal that I had. And I'm fine with that. But that's what I had for lunch. I went and got me some more vegetarian fajitas, big glass of water, and I'm feeling pretty good. Everything's hooked up. I'm ready to go in the morning. I'm chilling. So last night, when I accept the fact that I'm staying, and I'm like, the breeze, I've got the air on now because it's hot outside and the sun's up like bright. But last night, the breeze, I'm off a pond here. The breeze off of this pond was phenomenal. The crickets and toads and frogs and peeper frogs and locusts and birds and everything was making a beautiful last night. It was like the whole earth was happy with me in this spot because they're in accord with me, and they wanted to rejoice with me about the accomplishments of the trip, and that there's more to come, and it's we're waking people up. We're showing people what's going on with human trafficking, and I'm not stopping. And the wind was blowing, and then this was so funny. It started blowing my canopy, and it reminded me of Arizona in the dust storm when I really thought it was not going to connect much longer. And I looked up and I was like, and I just got this feeling of, remember Arizona? Yeah. Look, this is where you need to be, stopping and chilling and rejoicing and thanking, and you need a rest, girl. See, that's the kind of person I am. I can't stop. But I did last night, and it was a good thing to do. Recharge, reconnect. Hey, Sharna. It was something. And can't make this stuff up either, y'all. Can't make it up. Fours are my number. Fours are my angels. Fours, fours, fours. My driver's license, 4 4s. My registration on my vehicle, 2 4s. My registration on my new camper, 2 4s. My numbers on my mailbox, my post office box that I got, fours, 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 right? So I'm looking at the pond. I'm in trees now. There's no hot breeze, like hot, dry oven fan breeze. It is a cool trees, lakes, that kind of breeze. And I was just like, man. And then I look up over that pond lake. It's really a pond, but it's a big pond, so it's almost like a lake. There's a beautiful sliver of a moon. I was like, Oh, yeah. And I had my phone. I was sitting in my little folding chair, my little camping chair, and on the arm it has like a little knitted cup holder. Well, I had my phone sitting in there. Hey, Ann from Bulgaria, how you doing? I love you. And it's just sitting there. And if somebody's calling you or somebody texts you or there's a notification, because my phone was black, it wasn't lit up. I had this big smile upon my face, and I'm like, yeah, yes, I should have stopped. Yes, I should have listened to Mimi when the angels and the guides told me to stop and take care of myself. And I was like, y'all are right, y'all, yo. So my phone all of a sudden lights up. It lights up just to my home screen, which is my wallpaper, is a picture of when I used to work at a golf course. And I took this picture early in the morning, one morning, of a silver moon and the lake, the pond around the green that I was working on, and it reflected the top and the bottom in the water, and it was just absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite pictures of all time, and I got to capture it live. I sat there and watched it. My phone lights up, puts that picture, shows nothing else, just that picture, and it changes instantly so I could see it. 9:43 to 9:44. And I was like, y'all are blowing me away. Had a great night, had a good sleep. I slept in, I chilled, I piddled, I cleaned bugs off my windshield of my car. I took a shower last night, but I went in and just got myself presentable, whatever you want to call. I trimmed my hair a little bit on the top because it's getting long and it doesn't want to do anything. And then this morning, I I have never seen, I see my white dragonflies. I see them, they come to me on my trip, or like around my camper when I'm getting ready for any trip that I go on in my camper. And I hadn't seen one. A week ago today, I arrived at this campsite. A week ago today, I arrived right here where I am from Charleston. This morning, after I was just so grateful, and I came out from the office. I want you to know, a white dragonfly come around like this right here in my face. He did this number. And then I was like, whoa, hello, how you doing, white dragonfly? And then he just zipped off. He's like, because white dragonflies are angels. That's letting you know your angels have got your back. Couldn't believe it. So, I'm going to head out tomorrow early. I'm going to get a good early night's rest. Probably leave out of here about 4 in the morning before the day gets hot. And hopefully I will be home tomorrow night. And I can't wait to get home. But I really needed this, because yesterday was an emotionally charged, very draining day for me, especially after I had to go back and get my wallet and how I felt. So that's the update. You can say that again. And last night, while I was chilling, nice little family across the way, they were having watermelon, and the woman came over and she said, would you like a slice of watermelon? And I was like, I almost said no. And I thought about it, and I thought, yes, I would love a slice of watermelon. And it was the sweetest, most succulent, delicious watermelon. And it was shared. And we have a lot to do, folks. We have a lot to do. I got plenty of peace and comfort. They're teaching me more and more about myself and about faith and about trust, about love. Hey, Tim, about love, and that's how we're ascending. Well, Trish, I just told the whole story. You're going to have to go back and watch it because it's a doozy, but I'm good. I had a real exciting day yesterday. It was so exciting that I had to spend another night here, but you're going to have to go back and rewatch it because I'm not saying it all again. I'm just not. But I'm really good. I'm really happy. And I'm very well taken care of. I'm very blessed. It's time. It's go time. Are you ready? I got to share this morning with the lady who is the clerk here. She works the desk and takes care of the reservations and takes your money and who you what? Glad? Unbelievable. It could have been so much worse. It could have been so devastating. It could have been so uncomfortable. It could have been so bad. But it wasn't. You ready to rock and roll? I'm growing. Boy, I grew yesterday. I grew this whole week. I can't believe I've been gone a week. Feels like one long day. But it is beautiful here. It's going to be a nice night, I can tell. Another nice evening, and I'm set. I'm ready to go. Because when I sat here and thought about it, because while I was driving, I was thinking about getting the wallet. Then I was thinking about, oh my God, I had to go 80 miles extra. But it could have been so much worse. Do you know what I'm saying? I could have had to go 360 miles, or I might not have got my wallet at all. Oh. Blows me away. It blows me away. But we're getting close, folks. But we got to be the ones. Well, I know I appreciate the angel police officer who pulled me over. What? Glass half full? No, this goes deeper than that. This is like, Holy ain't got nothing with me. Batman, what? And here's another thing, by the way. That really wasn't heavy on my mind when I was out in Arizona. But here's another thing. Do you know I was in Maricopa County? I was in Maricopa County, baby. There's so much darkness out there. Dark. So it's fixing to fly. We're the ones. We light workers have got to really start stepping up and not just watching other light workers go out and be light workers. You need to go out. Like we're talking about those decals. You guys that want to get decals for your car and you want to pass things out, please do not forget to email me. Okay, now I don't have any links in the last week of videos, but you can go to my YouTube channel and you can get my email account and we'll talk about getting you decals, and we're going to start exposing more. Trafficking is everywhere. Trafficking is everywhere. There is not one town, 1 inch of space where trafficking is not close by. That one video that I put up, do you know? Yes, he was. Do you know? Bye. Thank you. Yeah, Maricopa County. Do you know that a trafficked child can be sold, rented, purchased 75 times a day, violated 75 times a day, traumatized by 75 different people in different various traumatic ways? Does that bother you? Does that bother anybody? How about you folks that watch from afar, that don't make comments? Do you believe that child trafficking isn't anything like what I'm talking about? Because if you do, you are sadly, grossly mistaken. Child trafficking, human trafficking, is the #1 commodity in the world. People are a commodity. People are being sold. How much can I get for this kid? How much this kid, I can make $100. I can make $7,500 off this kid, $100 a transaction, if I can get somebody to pay for him 75 times today. And they do it. Thank you. And so here's the deal, because some people say, I'm praying for the children. I'm praying. You are the answer to your prayer. You are the person you're praying to. Does that make sense? You are the answer to those prayers because you have to help. You have to do something. You have to acknowledge it. You can't just keep praying for it to go away, because you have to help make it go away. Just keep telling them till you're blue in the face, until they're blue in the face, until somebody, until something happens. You just can't. There's no stopping. That lady up front, I blew her away today, but she was very receptive to it. And I was supposed to, are you ready for this? After I talked to her, I had to settle up too, because I stayed an extra night. And I had to pay her for my first night because her internet went down. So I went in there and was talking. I gave her some cards. I helped that lady. Now, she looked to me like she was a mask kind of lady, but she wasn't wearing a mask. But everything she did around that office, she used hand sanitizer. I got no problem with that. She didn't say you had to wear it, but I just was, but but I do believe that she believed in Jesus, and many unawake people believe in Jesus for sure. And she received this message that I gave her, and I told her too. And I said, "Girl," I said, "I'm telling you right now, it might not happen." I said, "Get yourself some cash." We were talking. She says, "Geez, I should probably get cash." I said, "Cash, water, and food, and be ready, because more to come. Just be ready, and you'll be okay." After I got talking with her about the child trafficking and about, I gave her cards too that I said, if you see, I talked to her about so many things. And I said, listen, if you don't know who to call, I said, you can't just call anybody. You just can't normally even call the police anymore, because you don't know who the hell to trust when it comes. You can't call DSS. Whoever you call, you got to be able to trust them, because there's wolves in sheep's clothing. You think innocent person thinks they're getting them help, they're getting them right back into traffic again. So you got to be careful who you call and who you talk to. And also showed me that a place like this in the future is going to be needed for survivors of traffic, survivors of human trafficking. We're going to have campgrounds all over the United States. Campgrounds, not some building, not some institutional building where they're put in a room, poked at, prodded at, because that's all they ever know. They've been in a room with somebody poking and prodding them, and God knows what is being done to them. So when we get them, we're going to have places like this campground where they can go and be outside and look at nature and horses, animals, dogs, pets, healthy stuff, where they're in a safe environment. You might be listening to me today, and you've got a place like that. God might be talking to your heart right now to get ready. Get your place in order for the children. Get your place in order for victims of trafficking, because they're going to be massive. And when I went outside, I wanted to I wanted to go get my camera because I didn't have my phone with me. I wanted to take a picture. There's this cool picture. I'm going to post it on Facebook in the lobby, in the welcome lobby here at this campground. I took a picture of it. When I went out to get my camera, there was a white dragonfly at the door, like this, like in front of my face, like, good job, Kathy. Good job. Good job. Remember this place. Remember camping places all over the country for trafficked people. Healing centers, not some kind of laboratory. And they've got to be treated with love and kindness and care. Somebody's watching this today. Somebody's dealing with this stirring. And you're going, that sounds like me, but how can I do that? You already have the place. You're not even looking for a place. You have a place. Get ready. Get ready in your heart. Get ready in your place. It's time to heal the world. It's time to heal. Thank you. You know, I'm not. I'm really not at all. I'm not any more amazing than anybody watching this. The only difference between me and you and maybe not, but you can do amazing things. You can do amazing things. You can do amazing things. We're all here to be amazing. We're all amazing. So, while everybody is on, while we got some more people on, please, I said this earlier, but there wasn't that many people watching. Please lift Rev Ned up in your prayers. We're going to pray for Rev Ned right now. We're going to pray for Kim Keogh. I have no idea where she is, what has happened to her, or what's going on in her life. And she was our website designer and director, and I just don't know. I don't know. So I want to lift her up. And Rev Ned had a stroke. Think he's going to be fine, but we need to lift him up and agree together right now. Oh, Lord. Boy, I'll tell you right now, thank you, Lord, for showing me things, bringing me wonderful, caring, loving, kind, good people into my life. Smart people, awake people. Lord, help us to awaken the masses. Lord, help us to show them, but we can't in your face them. Please, Lord, show us how to be gentle with this awakening, loving, because it's ridiculously almost impossible to believe, because they've conditioned us. Thank you for Rev Ned, for his love, for his wanting to share goodness, light all over the planet. He's a good man, and Lord, he needs a healing touch. And I ask right now, in the name of Yeshua, your son, who shed his blood so that we could have eternal life because he loved us so much, give Ned a healing touch and let him know and feel the love and the care and the concern that we have for him and that we're sending his way. I'd like to lift Kim Keogh to you, aka Hippie G. I have no idea, Lord, but you do. Love, light, positive energies surround her right now. Give her the peace that passes understanding, Lord. And anybody who needs you right now, who needs a touch, there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there today. I don't know. I just know there's somebody out there today that's been, the Lord has been tugging at your soul, tugging at your heart, tugging at you. You're supposed to do something. Do it. Do it and step out. Yes, you are. He will take care of you. He will guide your footsteps in the correct direction. Just do it in love. Do everything in love. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. So, well, we don't know. Have you been talking to Kim? I don't know. if you're asking or telling, we're not sure. She went on vacation. She got sick on vacation. I had talked to her just before I went, and I haven't heard from her since. And I've tried to be in touch. So, amen. Safe travels. I talk at you all tomorrow. Be blessed, be the light, be the change, because the prayers. Remember this: the prayers that you prayed is, please save the children. You're the answer to your prayer. Don't forget that. You're the answer to your prayer.